Welcome to the practical method. I'm not joking. This is a Tai Chi puzzle. And so this looks like, are these the colors?
Double-ended, red, black, green.
Oh,
black.
okay. So there's always black. All right. And so I'll just use this to explain to everybody what Tai Chi is about. This is a pen, or we'll just call it a pen. If I try to do this, it does not work. And if a smart person tells me it's like this, they say, oh, that's very easy. So this is what Tai Chi is about, is that for everything on earth, there are two ways. One is a locked way, one is an open way. And the design of this is always exactly against. So this is called, Tai Chi is about yin and yang. So yang is our normal mode of operation. Yin is the abnormal. So I would say not normal. So it means naturally people will think of what to do with this, and people will grab it and try to do this. And I'm talking about before you have ever seen a pen before. So the people who designed this designed very, very carefully with the human behavior, psychology in it. And of course, once you know that you don't do this to it, you know this here, the rest of your life, every time you see a pen, you know how to open it. But it cannot be opened by people who have never seen this before. And by people from indigenous cultures living in the forest, you give them this, they don't know what to do. Then immediately it doesn't taste good, just throw it. So this is what Tai Chi is about. And so the principle of this here is from a principle in front. On top of everything in Taoism is that everything in the universe is made the same and equal. The difference of things is in your perspective. Meaning, if you believe you should do this to it, because every tree branch you have seen climbing trees, you do this, it breaks. And that's all you know. So the difference is that you want to do that, but this wasn't designed for that. So the difficulty of this comes from your perspective not merging with what the design was. And that, in a very simple way, in a nutshell, is called the Tao. The Tao means that the universe or our nature made everything according to the Tao, whatever the natural way was. And when we look at humans, we can look at what we do. We were specifically made not to know the Tao. The job of Tai Chi is to bring you back to know the Tao. And this is a contradiction. So in the past, whoever practiced Tai Chi, whoever did Qigong were ostracized. And that's why they were always in the mountains, in caves, in very secretive colonies. Because the bigger Tao says, it's like you probably, as I'm talking, you're relating this to your religion. In terms of religion, that kind of thinking is that if you equate Tao, we shouldn't. If you equate the Tao to, let's say, God, God made you but did not make you Him. Although in His mirror, but you are not God. And we are humans and we want to do everything according to the Tao. Now we are trying to be Tao. If we made that wrong equation, we're trying to be God, and we will be punished, so to speak. And we don't want to be punished. And so we want to find out how everything works. And now, by telling you this little bit, you probably realize that this is just the science. It means everything has a special way we did not know. Scientists discovered the special ways. Discovered gravity was hidden from us, and the scientists were very smart, and led by this guy called Newton, and he discovered there is gravity, although we could not see. And that's a very, very good Taoist lesson. Meaning, whatever is important, whatever the Tao designed everything, we are not capable of knowing. We can't feel gravity, we cannot see it, we cannot touch it, but we can only use our mind to speculate and to conclude, judging from these things, there's got to be something there pulling us down. Otherwise, why am I not standing here talking to you. And also, therefore, if I am able to stand here talking to you, you think there's something very special about me. That gravity, that whatever that force is controlling all of you does not control me anymore. So I'm still hoping for that day. Although if I'm there and when I blink, I fall down and get hurt really bad, but people still want to be there. So this is what we are trying to do. So we want to see how things were originally made. And so from a practical point of view, what we teach is a practical method. So according to practical method, one thing that's very, very important for us to know is that knowing this means this much. And carving this on your forehead also means this much, because you don't have them unless you carve it on your forehead and then you have a selfie here, then you can see it all the time. Because otherwise, everything we do, we forget that we don't know. And we constantly think we know. We constantly make a link. And when I go like this, oh yeah, that's like in my art, we have a move like that. We are always doing that. So not to do that is very, very, very difficult. So my teacher, right now, what I'm doing is I'm going a little bit random and give you a rough idea, so I'm not following a proper procedure here. My teacher came up with a procedure. Number one, and he says, what kind of people can do this? Only one kind of people. Stupid people. I don't want to write it down because now if I write it down, everybody will use the photo and say, Master Chen is crazy. He said we're stupid. But if I say you are stupid, that's a very, very high level praise. Because in my vocabulary, if you're smart, I don't want to know you. If you're very, very intelligent, it's like I want to be very, very far from you. And if you are totally insane, then again, I want to know you, but the system will not allow me to know you because you'll be in a special place. We only want the average person who does not know much and who is very, very naive. And whatever we do, it's like that? I like to do that. How many times do I have to do it? I said 10,000 times. Oh, that's not very many. Let me try 10,000 first. Then you can learn it. Because we want to use that system to retrain the system, to retrain your behavior. Tai Chi does not teach you anything. Tai Chi tries to change you back to what you were. And we believe throughout your life you have picked up things in order to survive. And those things made you survive. At the same time, it's a double-edged sword. It made you in a way you are today that you can survive the rest of your life. We want you to continue to survive by deleting all the noise, all the bad information. So that's our system. It's very, very difficult. Now you remember all the words here? I mean, the words here, not written down, it says, I'm stupid, I don't know anything. And I only repeat. And so until that your behavior is changed, now you are totally free. Then you can do whatever you want. That's how we learn everything. Now, what do we actually learn? And this is here, so I will write down this word. This is the one thing we learn in Tai Chi, separation. Separation is very, very difficult. If you are going through separation right now, you tell me, I don't want to separate. And with other people, you don't want to. With your own body, you don't want to. And see here, my body is one. I want to strike him, but the rest of the body says, no, that's not fair. We go together. You see, we go together. And you want to withdraw this hand, the rest of the body says, no, that's not fair. You can't just do this. You have to go like this, so that we're all in it together. We are going to be together no matter whether you are rich or poor, sick or whatever, we are stuck together. We die together, and that's what really happens. If you start to separate, we don't die together anymore. Part of you will be alive, will stay healthy. And then when that part is healthy, it can help another part. So separation is everything we do. So that's what you just did with the Chen Xu. Positive circle, negative circle, separation. So now I'll show what the points are. When we do this here, stand here, So when we do this move here, you want to see that this arm is one piece. This arm is 陈中华. And this arm here is 中华陈. They are opposites of the same. So if they are together, can you see? If you look at this as the borderline, it starts to move with the arm. No, whatever happens, I'm not moving. You imagine I'm doing this. Here, then my opponent is pushing me. Okay, you can push me, but I'm not moving here. You can move me any way you want to. You can get me over there, get me here. I'm just going to go like this. I'm not going to go like this. So this is called the separation. And I just add a little bit, interject a little bit, and tell you that I am the only person in the world who teaches Tai Chi in real language. Everybody else is teaching Tai Chi in riddles. And so this act of separation, many masters call this, whatever you want, you can have it. Whatever you don't want it, you don't want, I'm not giving it to you. That's the riddle for it. So if you want my arm, you can have my arm. If you want my leg, you can have my leg, like that. If you want my arm, I'm not giving you my body. So the classic language is like that. So whatever he wants to take, give it to him. Don't put up with a fight. But the second half, the key is separation. Because you separate, you can give this away. If you're not separated, you are not giving your arm away, you are giving your whole body away. So if you want $20, sure, rob me for $20. But when you walk away with $20, very happy, didn't tell you I actually got 200,000 in my belt. But if I fight you and you kill me and you search me, oh, 200,000, I hit the jackpot. So no fighting like that. So separation is everything, and that's what we do. And now, just very roughly here, I'll list the things we do. Okay, one is foundations. And people do not want you to know what this is, because foundation is like building a house. You know it's very important. You have to have very strong foundations. So in classic time, times they do not want you to know. They tell you it's called silk reeling. It's very secretive. You know, like silk reeling? And I said, okay, I have to move like this, like silk, like that worm, and then I have to become string like this, and you go crazy. But foundations, okay? Second is forms. The third is push hands. Fourth is weapons. And in the end, you are free to feel whatever you want to do in the situation, meaning no more restrictions. These are all restrictions. So the real thing actually is just foundations, then you learn the forms, and then you learn push hands. And after that, weapons will give you weight training. That's why we don't have a specific other training aided like weight and stuff. So once you know push hands, you feel your skill is quite good, but the guy is very strong, I can't push him. So use a 20, 30 pound weapon and try to do the form with it. Develop muscles and its power while doing your form. So we don't want to do anything aided supplementary training without doing Tai Chi. So weapons, Tai Chi weapons are very heavy. And you pick it up, so, oh, just my weight. But halfway through the form, you realize it's too heavy. So normally you get like a 1.5 pound sword and you still get tired. You get a 5 pound sword, it's very rare to finish a form with a 5 pound sword. Classically.